Hello you guys, welcome back to the channel. Happy Self-Mastery Monday. And we're here with another self-mastery topic, one that I think that's going to help a lot of people out there, especially people that struggle with their emotions or wear their hearts on their sleeve that may be hindering their progress for their goals or overall in life. I think that we all have been victim of this, definitely letting our emotions dictate the day, our decisions, and even maybe our short-term actions. So I'm here to share with you guys today 3 solid tips on how to ensure that your emotions do not overcome your day. Basically, motion over emotion. How do we stay active? How do we stay accountable? And most importantly, how do we remain disciplined day to day and ensure that we're doing the things that we have to do for the long-term vision, for the long-term goal? And I know it could be easier said than done, so I figured that I just combined a quick list. 3 things that you can definitely do, that's definitely manageable, that anyone can do when they're down in the dumps, but still have a boatload of tasks to do, still have their goals to accomplish, and still want to strive long term. So I wanted to create this so we can ensure that you not only do you manage your goals, but you achieve them despite whatever mood that you may be in. So before we get right into today's video, do remember to subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, do like the video, do comment below if any of these tips that you guys hear me go over have been helpful to you, will be helpful to you, or if you guys want me to even incorporate more. I want to start off with 3 just to keep it simple. I feel like sometimes simplicity is key, especially like when we're having trouble or challenges with something very specific. And it's actually one of the steps that I have listed out today. So let's get right into today's video. Okay, so getting right into it, right off the bat. I already went through this in the intro, but pretty much sometimes we don't always feel like doing what we have to do, especially like when our emotions aren't all the way there, when we lack motivation. Maybe we experienced something the prior day or the day of that kind of started our morning off not in the best way, or maybe we're just having a sluggish morning. I know I've been guilty of it for sure. Even this morning, like I said to you guys before, I'm navigating a lot of different areas in my life, and sometimes they're not always the most favorable. And even when I'm putting my best foot forward, and sometimes things out of my control happen that leave me frustrated from the prior day. Like for example, this morning, I was handling a task, and I was putting my best foot forward and trying to make sure that the best outcome could happen by ensuring that, the involved parties, without saying too much, basically I was just trying to make sure that everything went smoothly. And unfortunately, sometimes when things are out of your control, dealing with other people, sometimes things can go left or maybe not go exactly the way that you want it to, or maybe be handled in a way that's not particularly fond, and it just lingers on your mind. So I had that moment this morning, and believe me, even though I woke up jolly and happy and ready to tackle the day, because that thing happened this morning, it kind of like put a damper in my mood and put a damper in my day. So I figured, I was like, and I figured that everyone has that moment when, maybe you had a good start to the day and something happened. Maybe you started off the day bad, but either way, it's a mood that just leaves you in a state of mind of you don't really want to do anything. However, we still need to get stuff done because we have goals and we have things to accomplish, and no one's going to get that done for us. So what are the steps? Well, let's start with number 1. Number 1 is getting up and moving your body. So especially first thing in the morning. I'm going to preface this in 2 different situations. First thing in the morning, when you're not feeling it, whatever the circumstances that cause you to wake up in a bad mood or have hindered your mood, the first thing you want to do is just get out of bed and get up. Even if it's to wash your face, even if it's to go outside and catch some fresh air, even if it's maybe to like shuffle around your space, maybe walk around back and forth, maybe walk your dog, maybe go to the gym. I don't know. But it's important not to stay in that rut in bed and let the emotions fester. Because all you're going to do is try to think of ways to convince yourself to not do anything. Instead, battle against it. And the way to battle against it is just getting up and moving, not staying stagnant. And even if it's slow, and even if you're dragging yourself out of bed, you're still moving, because I promise you, by the time you wash your face, by the time you do something, you're going to be in a different state of mind, and you're going to be in a different mood. And it's going to be a little bit less daunting on you, on the idea of whatever's causing your mood to be ill. The second thing I'm going to say, second to that, the second example I'm going to give is maybe you started off in a good mood. Maybe you were up and running. Maybe you were moving. Maybe, you went to walk your dog, and then you're just, multitasking and handling things and trying to prep for the day. And something happened to hinder your mood. Well, I would say disassociate from it for a second. You're moving around already. You're already in your space. Just intentionally focus on what you're doing, so you're not focusing on what's making you upset. So disassociating from the thing that is making you upset is another way of mentally moving. Maybe you're already physically moving and someone already killed your mood, but mentally move away from what's killing your mood. And that's a perfect way to segue into number 2. The second thing that is a solid way to make sure that your emotions don't hinder your motion is focusing on the task, not the entire day. Sometimes it could be 2 things. Sometimes, one, it could just be so much things you have to do throughout the day that you're just dreading doing, and that's causing your emotions to be low. Or sometimes someone affected your mood, or something affected your mood, and you don't want to do anything. So instead of thinking about all the things you have to do, instead of thinking about the entire day, or instead of thinking about what caused you to be in an ill mood, think solely about the first task that you have to do. If you're getting out of bed, think about, okay, I have to get up and wash my face, or I have to get up and pray. Think about that. And if you're already in motion and you're just already going about your day and your mood happens to hinder, then think about the next thing you have to do. Okay, I have to drive to this location. I have to take this meeting. I have to write these notes. Just take it one task at a time. Don't feel like you have to tackle the entire day, and don't guilt yourself if there's certain things that you may have to arrange based off that mood or based off that circumstance. The important thing that you do is that you move intentionally anyway. And that's my last point, my step 3 as to what I know will work when it comes to making sure that you don't let your emotions interfere with your motion. And it's separating your feelings from your actions. Understand that feelings are temporary. There are going to be some days where we feel like we can conquer the world, and some days that we don't. We're going to have certain moods where we're up, jolly, go lucky, and there's going to be some days that we're just dreading the day, we're just dreading the moment. However, despite how you may feel, it's independent from the action. And sometimes once you complete the action, actually a good majority of the time when you complete the action, you feel so much better. You feel a sense of accomplishment, even if the mood doesn't completely vanish away and you're still kind of in that rut. You at least feel good enough that you'd be like, okay, I'm happy that despite how I feel, I still completed what I have to do. So whether if it's going to the gym, whether if it's a business item, whether if it's something for your job, something for your family, I think it's really important that you kind of solidify that sovereignty within yourself of managing your emotions. And managing your emotions are not always easy, especially dependent on what's causing the ill emotions. And I can get into that into another video. This video, I just wanted to share with you guys just 3 steps on how to get out of a rut, how to make sure that your mind over matter, how to make sure that your motion is not overpowered by your emotions. Motion over emotion. I love that phrase, and that's something that that's gonna stick with me, especially on the days where I woke up, or I wake up not really feeling the best, or I wake up and I was feeling the best, and then my mood was killed. And I wanted to share this moment with you guys because we're all human and we all share certain moments like this, and sometimes we feel like they're very insignificant, and maybe in the grand scheme of things they may not be the most important thing, but in the heat of the moment it is kind of something that is interfering with your progress or could interfere with your progress. And I'm here to give you some tips on to make sure that it doesn't interfere with your progress. Like, despite that circumstance that I have in the morning, I completed 95% of my tasks, and the other 5% that I wasn't able to complete were out of my control. So I always write down every day, every single day, before I go to the gym, before I start my day, after I walk my dog, after I pray, I have to intentionally write down what the things that are required of me and the things that I need to get done. And the things that are required of me are different from maybe the things that I need to get done and accomplish, because sometimes the things that I need to get done maybe rely on other people. But I have no control of what other people do. I just know what needs to get done, and I ensure that everything that I could do, I have done. And even sometimes it means pushing past certain feelings, not letting certain things affect me, and understanding that I am my own sovereign individual, and my actions are going to reflect and compound over. They're going to reflect my character and compound over time. So I hope that this little message here, and I hope that these tips do help you push along, especially on the days that maybe not feeling the best, but you get the job done anyway. And I'm proud of you if you are pushing through. I'm proud of you if you're not letting your emotions overpower your day. And we're all human, we all experience it, but let's not allow that to be an excuse as to what hinders our progress. So I wish you guys a fantastic, amazing day. Remember, we drop content every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Do remember to subscribe to the channel. Do remember to like the video. Do drop a comment below if you're going to be incorporating any of these tips into your day-to-day, especially on the days where you're not feeling it. Or if there's more tips that you guys want me to go over, or if you guys want me to even do a video on how to manage your emotions, especially when you're not feeling the best. And I think that that would be a very fruitful, long-term, evergreen video for you guys, and I may consider it. But do drop a comment below. I'll look forward to hearing from you guys in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in my next video. So, bye!